concept behind Lip Motors C-1 is simple. Why haul around 4,000 pounds of car? We can ride a self-stabilizing two-wheeler that marries all the creature comforts of a car with the performance and efficiencies of a motorcycle. So you're calling this the C-1, which stands for?
Concept 1, yeah.
And some people would just say this is magic, but it's really gyroscopes. So can you talk a little bit about what do gyroscopes do in this application?
When I was 25, I was building 2 biodiesel SUVs in tandem production, and one of them almost fell on me and killed me. So I started to think about why do we need all this car. The inefficiencies became very apparent, so I decided to cut the car in half and build the perfect commuter.
How did the gyroscopes come into play?
That's the only way to stabilize a motorcycle at rest. It's not based on Segway technology, but it's a lot more like a large top or a dreidel. We just have a very heavy dreidel spinning at a very high speed. So that creates stability at all times, and it creates safety.
These gyroscopes have never been used this way before, right? What are gyroscopes normally used for? I mean, everybody knows them in the Segway application, but what are they normally for, like especially the size?
The last digitally controlled gyroscope was the Hubble Space Telescope. That wasn't a commercially available vehicle, but gyro cars have been used throughout the last century. There's one in 1913, one in 1967. The first gyroscope was used actually for steerable torpedo back in 1887.
There are actually 2 gyroscopes working in tandem here.
There are 2 gyroscopes working in tandem, both counter-rotating, working together to maintain your balance in a turn or at rest.
There are a lot of impressive things about this vehicle, especially as you have planned for the production version. One of them being the lean angle. You said that you could roll down the window and just drag your knuckles on the ground?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll just with the ease of steering wheel. You can lean it over 45 degrees and drag your hand against along the cement if you are privy to that. Yeah, this should be a very exciting experience.
This is an electric vehicle, and I know that you really haven't worked out the specs yet in terms of what the exact drivetrain is going to be. But right now, how far, how fast, how much?
We're looking at 220 miles per charge and a top speed of 120 miles an hour on an 8 kilowatt hour battery pack. We're looking for a first production run to be around $24,000 starting Q1 of 2014.
A lot of people want to ride motorcycles, but they don't for different reasons. What makes this a motorcycle? What makes it a car? What makes it a safe motorcycle?
The reason why most people don't drive motorcycles is because of safety. You have airbags, side impact protection, full door. You don't have to wear a helmet because you're driving in your helmet. And unibody is going to be all steel or carbon fiber composites.
The obvious comparison to what you're making here with the C-1 is the E-Tracer, which is really a cabin motorcycle that uses a BMW platform. So it's got a handlebars and you're using a throttle. But here you have the steering wheel and the foot pedals. Why do that? Why not build it so it operates more like a motorcycle?
Well, it creates an accessible platform or interface for everyone that everyone's familiar with. We felt that that was the best way to start, especially with having a fly-by-wire steering controls. It just makes the exhilaration of a motorcycle accessible to everyone and not just a select few.
What could this theoretically be hit by and still remain standing?
Any normal sedan, you'd be able to get T-boned in an intersection and the vehicle would scoot. Same thing with any SUV. It's basically an untippable motorcycle. It really brings the safety of a car on the motorcycle platform.
Can people carry anything back here?
You'll be able to bring a second passenger or put 4 grocery bags in the rear and a carry-on. You can put your suitcase or your purse or your laptop bag right next to you.
You have 2 versions of this here. Right now you have the model and then you also have the drivable prototype. So when I was out there testing it, right now the maximum speed is 10 miles per hour. Only one of the 2 gyros was working. As I was driving, these guys were around me. One of them had a laptop. Can you explain what was going on?
Unbalanced, right?
That laptop is basically just like an iPhone app. Because you can actually program the entire vehicle. You can the control system for the front wheel drive, the rear wheel drive, the actual gyros. You can dictate and program the vehicle to do a trek like a stoppie or to drift into a parallel parking space. There's a lot of creative turns that anyone could actually execute. So you wouldn't have to spend 1,000 hours on a motorcycle as a stunt rider to learn how to drift your motorcycle. You could just buy the program for it.
So basically there's an app for drifting.
Yeah.
A solution to LA traffic? You can split lanes in this thing. For the Los Angeles Times, I'm Susan Carpenter.
So if it's starting to go in this direction, shift your weight to your left. Not a lot, just a little. Back to the right.
Oh my gosh.